The plan for today was to just haul bales all day like we did yesterday, but now the plan has changed a little bit. I've got another little errand that I need to run this afternoon, so my goal is to get at least one load of bales hauled this morning, maybe two if I'm pretty quick on this first load, but we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. I've been really happy with my homemade bale spear. My only complaint is that it's really heavy, and I don't think it needs to be this heavy. If I would have made this out of 120 wall, which is about 1/8 of an inch, it probably would have been a lot better. As it sits, it's made out of 1/4 wall, and yeah, it weighs a lot. That looks like a load. Let's go drop it off. I just got done stacking my last load of hay for the day here in the barn, and now I've got a different job that I need to use my trailer for. This year, with the price of feed and grain just going through the roof, I'm gonna try something a little bit different in an attempt to save money feeding my pigs this year. And that is, I'm gonna buy grain directly from the farmer, directly from the field. So the plan is to get some of my 4x4 bins and set them here on my car hauler trailer. And then we're gonna drive out to the wheat field, and the guy that's running the harvester, or combine as most people call them, is gonna attempt to dump the wheat directly into my bins. He thinks he can do it. I'm sure he's gonna spill a little bit, but hopefully not too much. Wheat is very heavy per cubic inch as compared to other grains. So when my bins are full of wheat, they're gonna be very heavy, and I don't think that my little New Holland is gonna be able to get them off the trailer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get my dad's bigger New Holland with the loader on it, and in the past I have been able to pick these bins up with the loader on that tractor. long story short, what all this means is that I've got to shuttle equipment around all over the place, move things. I'm gonna be chasing my tail all day, but by the time it's all over, I should have a nice stockpile of wheat to feed my pigs. This tractor is every bit of what this trailer can handle, and because of that, because it's so heavy, I'm gonna put some jack stands under the tail of the trailer so that when I drive the tractor up on it, it doesn't like lift the pickup off the ground. All right, let's load some bins. I got my 4 bins on the trailer now, and guys, I gotta tell you, I hate handling these things. Trying to move them around with a chain is not the way to go. I really need to get some pallet forks of some kind that I can put on the loader of that tractor, and then I think loading these bins would actually not be a big deal. But the way it is now, yeah, it's always a struggle. But right now, I need to run down and get an empty weight on these bins with my truck and trailer, and then we can run out to the field and get loaded up. Just weighed the truck, trailer, everything with me in it was 12,020 pounds. All right, well, the harvester driver got me loaded a lot faster than I thought he would. Just so happened that I showed up right when he was filling up, so we got loaded. He spilled a little bit, but not too much. He actually did pretty good. That's kind of difficult for them because they are used to unloading into bins that are much taller, so they don't have to allow for so much angle, but he did a good job. I'm standing here with Adam. He and I have known each other for a long time, and he's the guy that grew the wheat that I bought. So Adam, tell me a little bit about what I bought from you.
Yeah, so we have a Patron 1404. It's a beardless wheat. You can see here, traditional wheat normally has long beards on it. Here there's no beards on it.
They're like little hairs.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, yeah, there's 96 acres here that I planted. I planted the beardless wheat so that way I had the option to cut it for hay or for grain. The price of grain this year, decided to go ahead and just do the grain. As you know, with doing your hay, cutting 100 acres and trying to make sure you get it cut and baled without getting rained on is not always the easiest. It's pretty clean. The harvester did a good job. So yeah, you can go ahead and just take this and mill it and turn it into a powder and feed it directly to your pigs. We use a sickle header. A lot of people use a stripper header, which kind of just strips the wheat or whatever grain out of it, and then you are left with a lot more straw. But by doing that, then there's a lot of grain that gets wasted. So we're gonna come in, swath this, rake it, and bale up some wheat straw that people use for bedding, or dairies possibly would use for like a filler.
Especially this year with the price of hay, I feel like a lot of this will get fed to dairy cows.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, so it's kind of nice. You kind of double dip. You get the grain and the straw from it. And by cutting the straw and baling, it also cleans it up for when we want to come in and disc it. This is a rotational crop because we do farm alfalfa and sunflowers. And between sunflowers, wheat, and alfalfa and other grain hay and grass hays, we have to rotate them every few years.
Do you have any clue yet as to what sort of a yield you're getting off of this field?
The hope is to get 2 ton per acre. A really good yield out here is 3 ton, 4 ton. I mean, I've heard of 5 ton, never seen it, but
5 tons of grain?
Yeah.
Wow.
Per acre. Yeah, I've heard of it, but you know, everybody has their stories. Here, I'm hoping for 2 tons. So in a lot of places they do it by the bushel, you know, everything by the bushel, which is about 60 pounds. Here we do everything, whether it's rice or wheat, by the sack, so 100 pounds. So if I get 2 ton, I'm looking at about, 40 sacks. I don't know how much you got. Well, you got 2 ton about right. Well, actually probably more like 4 ton.
Yeah, there's probably a ton in each bin, yeah. I would imagine.
Yeah.
So we'll go and weigh this today or maybe tomorrow morning and see what it is. But
yeah, I could see how much money I'm gonna make off of Tyler. So, yeah.
All right, well, thanks, Adam. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
It's the next morning now. I'm going over to get my full weigh. I just didn't have time to weigh this yesterday. So we're running down the road to the neighbor's rice dryer. I'm gonna use his truck scale and we'll see where we're at. So it looks like the truck is 9830. And the trailer is 12,930. Some people might point out that the proper way that I should have weighed this was by unhooking the trailer and then weighing it by itself on the scale. And the way that I did it, I know is not the proper way, but when you have a load that doesn't move, as opposed to like a load of cows, this, weighing it without unhooking the trailer is gonna get you pretty close. So after adding up all the numbers, we have 10,720 pounds of wheat in these bins. I think that this should be enough to feed the pigs through the year, but I might also end up feeding some broilers with this stuff as well. The nice thing about wheat as opposed to rice or corn is that the protein content is naturally higher. It's probably going to be somewhere around 12%. I've heard as high as 14, as low as 10. So we'll say for figuring out my rations, I'm going to call this 12% until Adam gets me the actual numbers, and then I'll know exactly how to mix it. But what's good about that is that I won't have to buy as much soybean meal to mix in with this to raise the protein. Rice and corn are typically around 7% protein, so this is quite a bit more. Now the challenge is going to be figuring out how to get it off the trailer. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.